Hey there, Fletch from All Things Overlanding here, and today I'm super excited because this is part 3, the final part of my Sea to Summit series, if you will. So I'll put a card up here to the pillow video that I did. I did pick up a Sea to Summit Aero inflatable pillow. The thing is awesome, takes up almost no room, and it's a great piece of gear if you're looking for something small, if you don't have a ton of room. Then next I checked out, and I'm using as my main sleeping bag now, their Ascent AC2 sleeping bag. It's a 15-degree bag, and it's fantastic. So again, I'll put a card up here to that video as well if you want to check that out. But today, what I'm talking about is what I hope is going to be a game changer for my rooftop tent, and that is their Comfort Deluxe Self-Inflating Sleep Pad. This thing is exactly the right size for these sort of standard 7-foot by 4-foot clamshell style rooftop tents. I'm going to hop up there. I'm going to bring my camera with me. I'm going to show you me putting this thing in there. I'm going to show you me inflating it, and I'm going to show you and confirm that it fits in these, again, 7-foot long by 4-foot wide rooftop tents. Mine is a Naturnest. I did a video on that too, so if you want to see more about that, it's an $1,100 to $1,200 rooftop tent with a couple $100 in shipping, so it's very inexpensive, but it's really nice, and I've spent almost 60 nights in it now, and it's still holding up great. So for the money, I really recommend this rooftop tent. But again, when I saw this, I was like, this is going to literally change it, because the pad that comes in it is fine. It's okay. I can sleep okay in it, but I'm not comfortable. I'm not as comfortable as I would be like at home in my bed, right? So the hope is that with this on top of the existing mattress and the fact that it's inflatable and it's self-inflating and self-deflating, that I'll be able to leave it in the rooftop tent, and I'm going to verify that for you, and inflate it whenever I get to camp and deflate it when I'm done the next morning, close my tent up and go. So again, I'm going to walk you through all the features of this. I'm going to talk about dimensions and size of it. I'm going to show you me installing it in the rooftop tent, and then I'm going to sleep on it tonight, and at the end I'm going to give you my feelings on it after that first night sleeping on it, and whether I was able to close up the tent. So if you want to learn more about this as an option for folks with 7x4 rooftop tents to increase your comfort, stay tuned.
When I let you go, I just pull you closer. I can't understand where it came from, but you got it, I got it. It began in the land of the sandstorm. I fought it, though I wanted everything to do with what you give to me. Loosening my grip.
All right, so before we climb up in the tent, let's just start with sort of features and stuff. And some of them are listed on this container, but I wanted to just show you this because it has kind of a cool image. But one of the things that they talk about is this Delta Core technology. And as you can see here, the memory foam, so this is a combo memory foam air mattress. So you do have some memory foam in there to give you some support and things like that, so you're not just on air, and also to insulate you a little bit from the cold, because that is a concern with inflatable mats, is that you're going to then be raised up and that cold air is going to seep in through the inflatable mattress and make you really cold. So basically they call them deltas because they are triangular, but that reduces the weight and the bulk without sacrificing comfort, which is really nice. The foam is thicker on top of each core for better insulation directly underneath of you. They also claim that the diagonal sort of slats in this allow you to then fold the mattress up smaller or deflate the mattress lower because of that offset triangular shape. So another nice thing is that the inflation deflation only allows for air to go one way on deflation. So you don't have to worry about, if you are rolling this up, if you're not leaving it in a rooftop tent, you don't have to worry about it refilling with air as you're rolling it up. This also includes their proprietary system called Pillow Lock, which is really cool because that Aero pillow will actually attach to this and like lock in place. So you don't have to worry about waking up in the middle of the night with your pillow, you know, off to the side of your head. It's going to stay where it's supposed to stay on the mattress. And this is the double. So again, this is meant to pretty much perfectly fit in my rooftop tent. At least that's my hope. So the dimensions of this thing are that it is 52 inches across and 79 inches long. My rooftop tent, if I am correct, the interior dimensions are about 81 inches long ways and about 51 inches across. So there might be about a 1-inch overage, right, with the mattress. But again, since it's inflatable, it should be adjustable. I think that I can make up for that 1/2 inch on each side for the fact that it's inflatable. But again, I'm going to get up there, I'm going to test it, I'm going to show you the proof that this thing works in a 7x4 rooftop tent. Now again, for my use, I'm not going to be taking it in and out. At least that's my goal. I don't want to have to, that's why I have a smaller inflatable mattress at home. Never use it in the rooftop tent because I do not want to mess with putting it in, taking it out, putting it in, taking it out. if you are going to be using this in like a Gazelle or something like that, if you're not using this in a rooftop tent, totally cool. It does come with a really nice carrying sack for it. It's got some sort of almost like Molly-esque attachment points on it, so you could attach stuff to it, and then it keeps your bag nice and safe. Now, it's also expandable, so you'll notice here that it expands, so you don't have to fight with this thing like you do with most of these where it barely fits back in the bag. My old inflatable air mattress is pretty tough to get back in the bag. This one's super easy. Again, I hope to never have to put it back in the bag, but we will see. All right, so before we lose the light, I did want to get this thing going. All that I've done so far is actually just spread it out in here. So as you can see down there at the end, the feet go and leave a couple inches at the end. And then at the top here, I'm pretty much right up against it. So I've got probably 3 or 4 inches total in extra length in the rooftop tent before this is inflated. Now from side to side, I've got it basically up against that side and up against this side. So like I said, it's maybe going to be a little bit tight from side to side. But as long as it will inflate enough, then it should be fine. So now we're going to do the inflation. And as you can see, I did the blue side up. Basically, there is sort of the bottom is sort of a smoother side, so that's how you can tell the difference. The top is more of like a velvety type of feeling. Because this is a double, it does appear that there are 2 inflation deflation areas in here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pop this first one open here. And as you can see or hear, like I'd mentioned, those triangular delta shaped memory foam pieces help it inflate a little bit better and faster. So I'm just going to give it some time now for that foam to fill up with air, and then I'm going to come back and check on it. All right, everybody, so I made it home from my camping trip, and the pad was great. So it was awesome, added on top of my OEM mattress that came with my Naturnest tent. With all that padding, it worked out really well, right? It was really comfortable. Downside, could not get it to close with the pad in there. Unfortunately, the nature of those hard shell, clamshell style aluminum rooftop tents is that it's really tough to get stuff in there. I did a video on the pillow, Sea to Summit pillow that I've got, also the sleeping bag that I've got. That thing is teeny tiny and collapses to nothing. So that fits up there, no problem with the bedding. What I am now going to try next, as far as fit goes, I did have a few extra inches, as you saw, at the end of it, long ways from the pad, and then it was just perfectly fit, maybe a little bit tight from side to side, but it fits great. So my next kind of thought is I'm going to pull the OEM mattress out of my rooftop tent, and I'm going to put that inflatable one in there. So again, that should give me even more room. I think that mattress by itself will be even more comfortable than the stock mattress that came with it. And the fact that it will air down when I'm done with it will give me even more room. It will definitely fit. It just doesn't fit with the stock mattress in there when you go to close it. And it's really close. I mean, like 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch from being able to get those latches to go. So again, quality, super nice. The fact that my pillow, matches with it. They have a system, Sea to Summit has a system called Pillow Lock, where there's sort of like a friction-y fabric on the bottom of the pillow that kind of adheres in a way or keeps it from sliding around on that air mattress, which is really nice. My pillow didn't move all night, so that was another bonus. But overall, super comfortable. All right, guys, so since that last trip, where I put the Sea to Summit pad on top of the stock one, my problem was the next morning I woke up and, as I worried about, it was too thick to close the tent. So I ended up having to pull the thing out, put it in the back seat. So it does not work with the stock pad. I will show you here the difference in sort of height of this pad and the stock one. The stock one, once I pulled it out, was maybe 1.5 inches, and this is like 3.5, 4 inches. So you definitely do get significantly more support. This thing is way more comfortable. So this is actually the second night. I'm actually out here again, camping. This is the second night since I got this thing. This time though, I pulled out the OEM, the stock mat. And so now I just have the Sea to Summit in here, and it slept great. It was great on top of the old mat, but it was just as good without it. I mean, it was fine with just this mat. So now my goal is, and I did get it to close on my way down here with this thing in here, but it was kind of tight. Not the mattress itself so much, but like the fabric would then bow out on the sides. So again, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and really fully deflate this all the way down. But now that I don't have that extra 1.5 inches of stock mat in here, I'm pretty confident that I can get this thing to close up. Worst case, what I'm also thinking is I may fold it in half. But again, I'm going to update you guys once I get it closed down here in a second and show you. But I mean, you can just see, I mean, it just fits just about perfect in this thing. So again, if you have a 7x4 clamshell tent, this thing's a really great option. It just might be a little tricky or a little bit tight to get closed up. But if you can deal with that, or if you can work with it, then this thing is so comfortable. I slept so good last night, it's not even funny. I almost was mad at myself for all the years that I've slept on the stock pads and these things, these crappy tents, without just doing the upgrade like this to a really nice mattress. So anyways, let's get this folded up and see how I have to do it. All right, so as you can see, the rooftop tent is closed. What I ended up having to do was I basically folded the air mattress in half, opened up the plugs all the way, and then I kind of put it right in the middle there. And then I put my ladder over here to the side, and I put the poles for the awning over to the other side and my sleeping bag on the other side. And then basically what that did was it allowed me to slowly just kind of pull down on the lid until the air pushed out of the air mattress, and then put a little weight on each side and then latch it down. And it actually closed up pretty easy. And I will say it was even easier to get the fabric in the sides because there was nothing there. There was no mattress whatsoever at the sides. So I'm actually really pleased with that. It takes a tiny bit more work than just having the stock pad in there, but for the much better sleep that you get, I definitely think it's worth it. So anyways, super happy with that, figured it out. That's a great step. Now that I've spent a couple nights with this Sea to Summit pad, I feel really good about it. So that will do it for the Sea to Summit pad. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys. Also in the description below will be links to all my social channels. So wherever you want to come hang out, I'd love to have you be part of the conversation. Come check me out on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you want. Also, there is a link to my website where I've got funny overlanding camping themed patches and stickers. So if you're into that kind of stuff, check that out. Then there's also a link to my Patreon page where we've got a 24/7 Discord. We kind of chat all the time. It's a lot of fun. And there's the Newbie Overlanders Facebook group. Totally free to join. Tons of awesome members. If you're newer to overlanding or camping or dispersed camping, and you're looking for a place to kind of ask questions and not get bullied, that may be a good place to start. And then a new thing that I'm kind of trying is down below, you'll see that join button. If you want to just support the channel, no pressure whatsoever, that is a great way to do it. And you get early access to stuff and some other exclusive perks. So again, if you want to support the channel and you're looking for a way to do it, that may be a good way to start. So again, no pressure, but I appreciate you guys. So thanks again for watching. Post up your questions in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.